Okay, class, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Jing Ying. I hope others also can hear me loud and clear, yeah? And then number two, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, also can, very good. So I think we just continue our lesson for today, all right? You can also refer to your textbook, page 124, right? Sorry, 125, yeah? 125. So today we continue the next topic for reproduction in plant. Yeah? Still in reproduction in plant, that is the advantages of cross-pollination. You still remember what is pollination? You still remember what is pollination, class?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right. Uh, So we have two type of pollination. Okay, for those who miss my class, miss my previous class, you can always see the video recording of my previous class, right? So I will continue for today's topic. Uh, the advantages of cross pollination. Before that, how many type of pollination there are? How many type of pollination are? How many type?
Two.
Okay, very good. There are two type of pollination. One is number one.
Self-pollination.
Okay, self-pollination. And number two,
Cross-pollination.
cross-pollination. Thank you very much, Lokaini. Okay, very good. Okay, so there is self-pollination and cross-pollination, right? Self-pollination meaning that the what we call the pollen grain from the anther is transferred to the stigma in the same plant. Okay, where the cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from anther from others plant to others plant in the same species. But cross-pollination happen only between plant in same species, same species. But different breed is okay. You still remember our last class? Maybe the other plant the flower is red, right? And then the another plant the flower is blue. So when you cross pollination it, you cross pollinate it, it will create a new offspring or new breed that has different color. Okay, must cross pollination must be in the same species, same species of plant, not different species, because different species cannot reproduce at all. Okay, so what is the advantage of cross pollination? Okay, one by one I will explain it here. Right, number one, cross pollination will have healthier plant which can adapt better to changes in the environment. Okay, can have an healthier plant, can adapt better to the changes in the environment, right? Number two, we have the new plant that are more resistant to pests and disease, right? Again, number one, healthier plant, healthier plant. Okay, number two, resistant to pests and disease. Okay, what is pest? PST. Pest, for example, the insect, right? The caterpillar or the disease that can affect the plant, right? So number three is we have new variety. Number three, we have the new variety of plant. If you remember, our last class when we try to crossbreed two same species of plant which has different color of its flower, uh, its offspring will produce a new variety. Okay, and then number four, we have a good quality seed. Okay, later I will show you the example of cross pollination. Okay, can you understand this? You must remember these four advantages of cross pollination. Right? Advantages of cross pollination in plant. Okay, so I will continue. Okay, for example, If you look at table 4.6 over here, there are a few innovation of cross-pollination in agriculture. All right. For example, agriculture for palm oil, papaya, corn, and paddy plant. Okay, there are always an government agency that do the research in how to create more healthier, more what we call good plant for our consume, yeah, for us to consume. All right. For example, I just the rest of the what we call plant. You try to read it for yourself. I just want to um, take one example only. Yeah. For example, for papaya plant, we have parent plant. Parent plant is Subang 6 and Sunrise Solo. Okay, for the parent plant over here, we have two type of papaya breed here. Number one is Subang 6 and number two is Sunrise Solo. So what is Subang 6 and Sunrise Solo? Subang 6 is another breed of papaya. Okay, it is not different species. It is not different species. It's still in a papaya group of family, right? But the breed is different. And then another one is Sunrise Solo. Okay, what they do, they cross-pollinate. All right, they cross-pollination Subang 6 and Sunrise Solo to get the new variety of papaya that we call exotica. You understand this? And then the exotica has sweeter fruit and more flesh. Okay, example like this. This is another example. Okay, can you see my presentation right now?
Yes.
Okay, this is example of what we call by cross-pollination. Wait, I want to open the annotation tool. All right. Okay, so this is what we call by cross-pollination. We have two, okay, we have two breed, not species. Species mean different type of plant. We have two breed of papaya fruit. Number one is Hawaiian Sunrise Solo on our left, right? Wait, I just very big one over here. I just want to small big. Okay, so number one, we have Hawaiian Sunrise Solo. This is the first breed of papaya. Okay. Number two, we have the second breed of papaya. We call it Subang 6. Okay. So what are the characteristics before cross pollination? What are the characteristics before the cross pollination? Okay, we take a look at the first breed of papaya, Sunrise Solo over here on your left. The fruit sweet in smelling. Okay, very sweet smell the fruit. And then it has sweet flesh. Okay, it has sweet flesh, and then the disadvantage of the Sunrise Solo, it only have small fruit. Okay, these are the characteristics of the Sunrise Solo. All right, and then how about Subang 6? Okay, Subang 6, the disadvantage of Subang 6 papaya is it has less sweet flesh. But the advantage is it has the big fruit. Okay, this is why we need to cross-pollinate it. All right, we want to take the advantage. We want to take the good characteristic of each breed. We cross-pollinate it, and then it will become new breed that has what? The new breed over here. I write it in my blue pen over here. Okay, we want to take the good characteristic or the good advantages of each breed. Sunrise Solo, sweet smell. Right. For example over here. Hawaiian sunrise solo has a sweet taste, sweet smell, but disadvantage is small fruit. Okay, Subang 6 has a big fruit, or it has big flesh, but the disadvantage is less sweet. So when you cross pollinate this, X is you cross pollinate between these two species of banana. What you will have is what? You will have what type of fruit? You will have what we call by exotica. Okay, you will have exotica over here. So this is the new variety, not new species, a new variety of plant. We call it exotica over here. And then what are the characteristics of exotica? Okay, can you give me what is the good characteristic of the new breed? Class? It will have number one, it will have what?
Sweeter fruits.
Yes, it will have sweeter fruit. And then number two?
More flesh.
And then it have more flesh. Okay, more flesh. Okay, because we want to take the advantage, we want to take the good characteristic from both what we call parent. Okay, Hawaiian solo we have small sweet flesh over here, so the new breed will have sweet flesh. And then for the Subang 6, the other parent will have the big fruit over here, and then it also has a more flesh, and the fruit will be bigger. So this is what an example of what we call by a cross-pollination advantages. Okay, can you understand this? Is it okay, class?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Right. For other species, okay, you just maybe you can do some research on the internet. You try to find the other example lah. For example, Piscifera endura for palm oil, corn, sweet corn from Taiwan and Mexico, and then from paddy, Siam 29 and Pebifan. There are many examples of crops or the food that they cross-pollinate to create more to create more sweeter fruit, bigger fruit, and then to create fruit that has more resistant to disease and pests and others characteristic as well. This is the cross-pollination, not just to have a better fruit, but maybe to have a beautiful, more attracting flower. Okay, and then this is another one. I just want to show you only. So this is for palm oil. This is for palm oil. There are two parent species over here. One is what? One is Dura, and one is Tenera. Okay, they cross Dura and Tenera. They cross-pollinate the Dura and Tenera to have what we call more better palm oil fruit. We call it Piscifera. Okay, do you understand this? This is another example of cross-pollination. This is for palm oil, class. Okay, again, right? They crossbreed Dura and Tenera. Dura and Tenera is a species of palm oil, and then they will get new breed. We call it Piscifera. Can you what we call can you differentiate, compare the different in size of Dura? Dura here have a big kernel. Tenera very small one, but they have thick flesh for Tenera. For dura, they have very thin flesh over here, right? Very small flesh. This one very thick flesh. So they breed these two species of palm oil to have piscifera that has very small kernel and then very thick flesh. Okay, they just want to take the advantage of each species. Okay, they want to take the advantage, the good characteristic of each species, and then they try to crossbreed it, or they try to cross-pollination it, and then it will become new species that has more advantage than the parent one. Okay, you understand this? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, good, very good. All right. So fertilization process, I already explained this to you last time. Make sure you watch my previous video also, because fertilization is when it occur, before pollination or after pollination. Fertilization before or after pollination?
Before.
After pollination.
After fertilization. After pollination, ya class. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grain. Pollen grain is the male gamete. Is the male gamete. And then what is the female gamete in plant, in flower? We call it or. What do you call the female gamete in flower?
Oval.
Ovule. This one, ovule. In female, in human, we call it ovum, right? In plant, we call it ovule. And then when ovule meet with the pollen grain, it will create a new individual. Okay, you just look back at the video I just record you last class, our previous class, right? So for fertilization is the fusion of pollen grain and ovule, and then after successful pollination, it will become zygote and will become embryo, and then it will become fruit. You still remember? You just watch the video. So I will skip this because I already explained it to you. Right. And then next one, the last topic for today, the structure of seed and their function. Okay, structure of the seed and their function, usually after fertilization, right? After fertilization, it will become a fruit, and then inside the fruit we have what? Usually inside the fruit we'll have seed, right? So this is the what we call the structure of seed and their function. So do we have a structure of green bean here? One of the seed over here. I think you can later on I will ask you to draw the cross section of seed, and then you try to understand the structure and then the function of the seed. Okay. All right. Now it's 22. Okay. So the seed over here is usually inside the fruit, right? After fertilization, and then when there are a successful fertilization, it will become fruit, and then inside the fruit we have seed. So you need to understand the parts and function of seed. Number one, this is one example of seed. So we have testa, micropyle, and hilum. This is for the front view. And then a cross section of the seed, we have testa over here also, plumule, radicle, and cotyledon. This we call it the inside structure of the seed. We call it embryo. Okay. So one by one, what is the function of testa? What is the function of testa? You can refer to your textbook. Yes, okay. You can refer to your textbook also. Testa is to protect the seed. This is the outer layer of outer layer of the seed. It will protect the seed. Okay, you can also refer table 4.7. I just read from the table 4.7 only. All right. Testa, outer layer that protect the seed, and then micropyle, small hole to allow air and water to enter the seed. Okay, and this is the micropyle, just a hole over here, small hole over here, just to let the water and air to enter the seed. Okay, and then number 3 is hilum. Hilum here is where the seed stick to the fruit. Because inside the fruit, the seed will stick to the fruit through the hilum. Okay, and then cross section, testa, same. Okay, and then inside the seed we have three parts that we call embryo. Number 1 is plumule. Plumule is the parts which develop into a shoot. You must remember, seed later on will grow into new individual. It will grow into new plant. So you just remember, plumule will grow into shoot. It will grow into leaf. Okay. Radicle will grow towards the gravity, toward the earth, and then it will form root. Okay. And then cotyledon, what is the function of cotyledon? Cotyledon function is store and provide food for the seed. Okay. Can you understand this? Can you understand the structure of this seed over here?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Just remember, for easier for you to remember, plumule will grow into, plumule will grow into leaf or shoot. This is plumule. Then for radicle will grow into root. Okay. Radicle will grow into root. Okay. This is the what we call after the seed come out from the fruit, and then it will grow into a new individual. So this is the function of what we call the seed. Right. And then after the seed get the water, get the air, and then get the suitable temperature, it will grow. Okay, it will grow into new individual. So we call it the germination of seed. Okay, we call it the germination of seed. Germination of seed meaning that the seed will grow into a new plant. Okay, I will stop here. Germination of seed, I will continue next week. Okay. Right now, you just try to understand the structure, all right, and then the function of seed before I continue the germination of seed next week, because I think I need you to do some project, and then you can use take the picture of germination of seed. Very simple project. I think I will try to explain to you next week, for the new experiment or the new project that you can do at home. Okay, is it okay? I will show you the example later. Okay, is it okay, class? I think we can stop here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for your exercise for today, I just want you to. Okay, never mind. Okay, I need you to open to page 127. I need you to draw the structure of seed. Figure 4.32 and figure 4.33. There are two types of seed here. You draw and label the seed, and then you also copy table 4.7, the structure and function of the seed inside your exercise book. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, if clear, okay, never mind. I will give you the instruction later on our Telegram group also. Yeah. Okay. So if you have any question to ask, do you have any question to ask before we stop here?
No.
Okay, no question. Okay, good. So where is it? Okay, we will stop here. Continue next week on Monday. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your attention, for your cooperation and attention. So I think we stop here. Thank you. You can leave the class right now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.